Hello and welcome. This is Road Sense, the official television program of the Federal Road Safety Corps. I am Queen Anugu. Road safety education and continuous sensitization has been one of the most effective global strategy in the reduction of road traffic crashes across the world. In Nigeria, the Federal Road Safety Corps has continued to deploy veritable educational tools to ensure that crashes on our roads are reduced to the barest minimum. Every year, the Corps takes advantage of festivities to remind drivers of the dangers of bad driving on our roads. One of those times that require these enhanced sensitization campaigns is the just concluded Eid al-Kabir Salah celebration, which is a moment across the globe where the Muslim faithfuls travel from one destination to another to celebrate with family and friends. Due to the upsurge in vehicular movement and anticipated violation of road traffic regulations by road users, which most often result in road traffic crashes, the Federal Road Safety Corps has maintained a tradition of massive deployment of personnel and logistics, including an aggressive public enlightenment campaigns in motor parks in the country.
If overspeeding and overtaking every other driver on the road is your hobby, well, I have got bad news for you. The higher the speed, the more fuel the car will consume. Crash, severe injury and death. I'm sure you don't like the sound of that, especially on our Nigerian road where we have potholes, speed bump, okadas, keke and lots more. You may be careful, but can you vouch for other road users? I bet you can't. A fraction of a second can mean a lot of a difference between life and death. Many have gone this way. Do you still want to be a road champion? So drive at responsible speed or within speed limits and that of those around. For emergency and inquiry, call our toll-free number 122. This message is brought to you by the Federal Road Safety Corps, created a safe motoring environment in Nigeria.
Road crashes don't just happen. They are caused. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, therefore enjoins all road users to avoid road vices such as speeding, overloading, use of phone while driving, night trips, facing oncoming vehicles, drunk driving, non-use of seat belts, wrongful and dangerous overtaking, lane indiscipline, and other road traffic rules violations. Always drive to save lives. Remember, road safety is a shared responsibility. This message is from the Federal Road Safety Corps. BC Kazim, Assistant Corps Marshal, Corps Public Enlightenment Office, Announcer.
In this episode of the Road Sense, we shall bring to your viewing delight the activities of the Corps during the 2022 celebrations. For the 2022 celebrations, the Frsc deployed public education officers to carry out sensitization campaigns on drivers and passengers alike in various motor parks within the FCT and other strategic locations nationwide. In the Federal Capital Territory, the Frsc engaged travelers at Nyanya and Zuba motor parks with the message of safety to ensure that they observe the best road use practices as they travel to and fro the country.
we need to sustain is the education of road users. It's not the issue of arrest, but unsafe driving culture. Why we're here is to just advise ourselves. I'm happy. I must thank the union members here for hosting us. We need to work on the issue of speed limiting device. The drivers should not drink alcohol while driving. The issue of underage driving, we should not encourage this. And a lot of things, we should check the condition of our vehicles. So our advice at this campaign today is for enduring safe road culture. It is very important, like our theme, that we said that we should maintain safe speed. Speed has been causing so many crashes on the road. And we also advise that if you want to travel at night, make sure you are fit, make sure you can see well. We cannot stop night driving, but make sure you are okay and your vehicle is in good condition. You must add more times when you are traveling because a lot of roads are under construction, so that when you get to those locations, you'll not be in a hurry, and you must respect all the appropriate signs on the highway. I thank the union for the cooperation. I thank you for complying with road traffic rules and regulation. I thank you for the unity among all of you here. I thank you for supporting our command here and the country as a whole, because this is a national program. I must commend in the last 8 years, we don't have any issue of strikes, any issue of blockage or demonstrations. It shows we are believing what we are doing. We commend all of you for this wonderful support.
Was seen as an action of circumstances. When we realized that some people were in the habit of committing life-threatening offenses, dangerous driving and overloading, especially in Abuja, and FCT was rating high, very high in crashes nationwide. So the Corps Marshal decided to have a squad and establish the operation squad, and it's unique.
What we do on daily basis is the usual things that is expected of us as a corps. Early in the morning, between 6 o'clock in the morning, 0600 hours to 1000 hours, on daily basis, we attend to traffic. We ensure that we are at various identified traffic gridlocks in FCT. We have places like Beggar on top, Beggar down. We have Wuse Market by Express. We have Area 1. We have Life Camp Roundabout. We have identified all these places where workers will always come out in the morning to go to their various offices. And for them to get to their various offices on time, we always send men for traffic control at these places. But once it is 10 o'clock, it is assumed that every other person has settled down in their various offices. We repeat this thing in the evening again, between 3 and 7 o'clock, just to get people back to their various houses without less hitch on the road. And the process of apprehending an offender starts with patrol operations. We detail our men to various routes where they monitor the road, and once an offender is sighted, they will approach him, tell him whatever the offense is that has been committed by him, and they will ask him some questions, whether the valid vehicle papers are around, whether the driver's license is with the person, and if all these things are there, then they go further by telling him, like I said, this is the offense you have said, and based on that, if the vehicle papers are valid and the driver's license is equally valid, the papers will be confiscated in lieu of the vehicle. But in a situation where the driver's license is expired or it doesn't have at all, and we ask for the vehicle papers and the papers are not there, we have no choice than to impound such vehicle. It is not in that instance alone that we impound vehicles. There are critical offenses. There are critical offenses that could lead to impounding your vehicle. And one of these, they are as follows: overloading, route violation, that is one-way traffic, popularly called one-way, use of phone-while driving, dangerous driving, and others.
If overspeeding and overtaking every other driver on the road is your hobby, well, I have got bad news for you. The higher the speed, the more fuel the car will consume. Crash, severe injury, and death. I'm sure you don't like the sound of that, especially on our Nigerian road where we have potholes, speed bump, okadas, keke, and lots more. You may be careful, but can you vouch for other road users? I bet you can't. A fraction of a second can mean a lot of a difference between life and death. Many have gone this way. Do you still want to be a road champion? So drive at responsible speed or within speed limits and that of those around. For emergency and inquiry, call our toll-free number 122. This message is brought to you by the Federal Road Safety Corps, created a safe motoring environment in Nigeria.
Road crashes don't just happen, they are caused. The Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, therefore enjoins all road users to avoid road vices such as speeding, overloading, use of phone while driving, night trips, facing oncoming vehicles, drunk driving, non-use of seat belts, wrongful and dangerous overtaking, lane indiscipline, and other road traffic rules violations. Always drive to save lives. Remember, road safety is a shared responsibility. This message is from the Federal Road Safety Corps. BC Kazim, Assistant Corps Marshal, Corps Public Enlightenment Office, Announcer.
Drivers were adequately cautioned against overloading of vehicles, excessive speeding, wrongful overtaking, driving under the influence of alcohol and other intoxicating substance. The Corps is committed to its readiness to ensure the safety of all celebrants through enhanced visibility and robust enlightenment campaigns.
before I got a call, we are going to use this program. I held a meeting immediately I came in with some of the transport union chairmen here. And we agreed among ourselves, because the first thing I noticed was overloading. Very prominent here. And I said, no, we can't continue this way. If there's any other way, I need to come with them. We join our hands together. From the park here, when you are loading, you should be able to know that you are not allowed to put 2 persons or 3 persons in front of the vehicle. So when I got the call, I was really elated. I said, very good. They are coming to my park. Let the headquarters staff come also, in conjunction with my command marshals and officers. We will come together and talk to them on these prevalent cases that we see. Some of them, you can bear me witness, they do violation here. They do overloading of goods and this park. And we are here to tell them, look, it's not allowed. Because the accident rate must come down, whether we do like it or not. So, and the only way we can do that is for us to join hands together and come with programs like this, so that they know that we are not just only on the road arresting. We are here to talk to them, so that we can see what to do as an organization and also as a stakeholder to advance these things that we are seeing on the road.
First of all, let me thank the Almighty Allah giving us opportunity to meet today again. And also, let me thank the police and the road safety, most especially in Subachito. Why am I saying so is that if you can see the way road safety are doing, enlightening people, most especially in the parks, in Suba, as a whole, if the agency can do that, then our people will be enlightened. Because most of our people, the drivers, most of our people, they can speak English, but come to park and call every one of us, to share everybody to be enlightened.
I only have one message for the drivers, that it should observe that road safety personnel, they are human beings like them, that if they are doing their national duty, it's not much as going to respect them on the highway. And we, the civil defense, we are here to collaborate with them. Anytime you need assistance, we are there to give them the maximum assistance.
This year's campaign was also conducted in several locations, including Lagos, Kano, Lokoja, Osun, Nasarawa, Plateau, and Niger, amongst others. The Zonal Commanding Officer RS 7.1 HQ FCT Zonal Command, who represented the Corps Marshal Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, called on the drivers to be safety conscious during and beyond the season.
Public enlightenment like this, so as to remind ourselves on the importance of inculcating road safety culture. RS7, Zone 7, with the jurisdiction of FCT and Niger, also key in with the strategy of the headquarters. And therefore, we have already strategized to deploy our men, our personnel, to man critical areas and critical places that need attention. We also intend to key in into this public enlightenment, where we are going to carry out some other rally and enlightenment in other motor parks within Abuja, in collaboration with the special marshals that are always giving us support to achieve this.
What's the message to the drivers? The message generally?
Yes, generally I will caution motorists to be aware that there's only one life, and since there's only one life, we must drive carefully. We must drive with the regulations, all the traffic regulation in our hand, so that we protect the lives and property of Nigerian citizens.
These robust engagement and sensitization played cardinal role in changing drivers' behavior, which has led to a drastic reduction in road traffic crashes within the period of the celebration. This is about the size of our package for you this week. You can always contribute to the program through our dedicated feedback line. The number to call and send SMS to is 0805 299 7931. Please do send your views on the program or any FRSC related matter to the same number. We hope you have enjoyed the program. Tune in as always on same station and same time. I am your host, Queen Anyuku. Thanks for watching.